Hi, grammar students. I got a question about conjunctions recently, and I realized I hadn't made a video at all about them. So here's my video on conjunctions.
What are they anyway, and how do we use them? Conjunctions are words that are used to link together other words, phrases, and clauses. They can also make our writing more interesting. I could say, I like cooking, and I like eating, and I don't like washing dishes. Or we could put them all together using conjunctions. We could say, for example, I like cooking and eating, but I don't like washing dishes. Two of the most common words that are conjunctions are and but. Using these, we can make those three short sentences into one longer and more interesting sentence. I like cooking and eating, but I don't like washing dishes. Doesn't that sound better? I think it does. So that's what conjunctions are and how we use them. Before I get too far off on a tangent, I'd like to tell you about the different types of conjunctions. First, there's coordinating conjunctions. These connect elements of equal importance. Common coordinating conjunctions include and, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet. An example of this kind of sentence is Sally likes tea, but Mark prefers coffee. Before I leave coordinating conjunctions, I need to discuss parallel structures when using coordinating conjunctions. I'll start with understanding parallelism. This involves using similar grammatical structures for elements in a sentence or a series of sentences. Elements connected by coordinating conjunctions should have a parallel structure. Notice the coordinating conjunctions in the following sentences. The German man is extremely kind and generous. This one's easy. It's just kind and generous. We can see that there's only one conjunction in that sentence, and it's and. How about this one? Steve will leave the party at 8 and arrive home at 9. Again, there's only one conjunction, and it's and. Here's one more. I looked for my sweater, but I couldn't find it. I wanted to use one with a different conjunction. This time it was but. Now, what if we wanted to combine two sentences to be more efficient? Next, I have the example, I like cooking, I like eating, I don't like washing dishes. I told you that we could put that together into one sentence, and it would be, I like cooking and eating, but I don't like washing dishes. The only way I can do this correctly is if the three sentences have parallel structures. They're all about things that I like and don't like. We can use the repeating subjects and only use the parts of the sentences that are different to make our combined sentence. That is, cooking, eating, and washing dishes. The structures on either side of the conjunction should be the same in terms of tense, voice, form, or any other relevant grammatical aspect. If these are not the same, you probably shouldn't use coordinating conjunctions. How about this one? I like coffee, I do not like tea. How would we put these together to make one sentence? There are similar structures here, the part about liking certain drinks, but I like one and not the other. This one takes something a little different. This one becomes, I like coffee, but not tea. Did you know that that's what I was going to say? How about this one? My home offers me a feeling of security, warmth, and love. What do you think about this one? If you think it looks fine, then we need to take a closer look. The first part of the sentence is fine. My home offers me. But then we hit something kind of strange. Look at this phrase. A feeling of security, warmth, and love. A feeling of security is a noun phrase, but warm is an adjective, and love is a noun. These are not parallel structures. Coordinating conjunctions don't work unless we have parallel structures, so the words in that clause can't be used with conjunctions. We could, however, make a couple of adjustments so it would work. Let's see. If we just change the adjective to a noun, it might just work. Our original sentence is, my home offers me a feeling of security, warmth, and love. We're looking for a direct object to explain what my home offers me. A feeling of security? That works. Direct objects need to be nouns or noun phrases. A feeling of security is a noun phrase. What if we add the adjective warm? My home offers me a feeling of security and warm. Do you think that's okay? I hope you said no. You can't use an adjective in this kind of structure. You could change it to warmth. Warmth is the noun form of the word warm. The last part of the sentence is another noun, love. So our revised and corrected sentence would be, my home offers me a feeling of security, warmth, and love. And that's how it's done. Next, we're looking at subordinating conjunctions. These introduce subordinate or dependent clauses and show the relationship between the subordinate clause and the main clause or independent clause. Common subordinate conjunctions include although, because, if, when, and since. An example of subordinating conjunction in a sentence would be, although it was raining, they went for a walk. The last kind of conjunctions I'll talk about today is correlative conjunctions. These come in pairs and connect similar elements within a sentence. You might not be familiar with the term correlative conjunctions, but you probably are familiar with this structure. It's when we have two words that work together to complete an idea. I think you'll recognize these. Some common correlative conjunctions are either and or, neither or neither, and nor, both and and. An example of this type would be, she is both smart and hardworking. To recap, there are three kinds of conjunctions: the coordinating conjunctions, the subordinate or subordinating conjunctions, same thing, and the correlative conjunctions.
I hope you can see how very important conjunctions are in the English language. They help us play a critical role in establishing relationships between words, phrases, and clauses. They help us to convey logical connections, contrasts, choices, and many more things. Conjunctions contribute to the sentence structure by allowing the combination of ideas and coordinating the flow of information. They help us to prevent the dreaded sentence fragments and run-on sentences. Using them appropriately enhances the coherence and cohesion of a piece of writing, and they guide the readers through the relationships between different parts of a text. Let's have a quick look at the punctuation we use with conjunctions. These are not complicated. In fact, there's really only one rule I can think of, and that is the rule of
When you use a comma. The rule is when connecting two clauses with a coordinating conjunction, a comma is typically used before the conjunction. Let me show you what I mean using examples. He likes to swim and she prefers to hike. He likes to swim is our main clause. We know that because it can be a sentence all its own. The dependent clause is, and she prefers to hike. Sentences may begin with and, but they don't usually. But and she prefers to hike is just not a correct sentence. Let's look at another one. I need to go for a walk, but I'm too tired right now. Finally, I need to take a moment to talk about the parallel structure used for coordinating conjunctions. This is about
conjunction misuse. Misusing conjunctions can lead to confusion or awkwardness in writing. It's important to choose the right conjunction for the intended meaning and context. Understanding the different types of conjunctions and their proper usage contributes to effective communication and coherent writing. Conjunctions play a fundamental role in creating well-structured and easily understandable sentences. And that's all I have on conjunctions today. If you need something further, write to me and let me know. For now, I'll wish you a peaceful and fulfilling day, and I'll remind you to be kind to each other. The world is what we make it. Let's make it a wonderful place by being kind to each other. See you next time.